Hello students, hope you are all fit and fine. I think you have watched, enjoyed and got an idea about the topic sentences. It's time to recap. Let us have a recapitulation of the previous topic sentences before we start our today's session. Kinds of sentences. Sentences are of four kinds. They are declarative sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, exclamatory sentence. We have discussed each and every kind of sentences in a detailed manner in our previous class. And parts of a sentence. There are two parts in a sentence. They are subject and predicate. And we have also learnt about phrase. Phrase means it is a piece of information in a sentence made up. A phrase is piece of information in a sentence made up of more than one word. It's not a complete sentence. So always remember children, phrase means it is a piece of information and it is more than one word. It will not give complete thought or it does not have complete meaning. If you are able to remember this, then you can identify the phrases in a sentence very easily. Now I am going to announce the answers of previous class assigned work. So here exercise A, read this invitation card and frame 8 questions. Begin your questions with what, when, where, why, who or how. One question already they have given as a specimen. Who is hosting the tea party? There are many ways to frame the questions. Now I am giving as a specimen rest of the 7 questions. What is the title of the ebook? Third question. Where is the venue? Fourth question. Who is going to talk on the occasion? Fifth question. Who is the author of the ebook? Sixth. Who is giving the invitation? 7th. What is the occasion about? 8th question. What does RSVP stand for? Or what do you mean by the term RSVP? Both the ways are acceptable. B. Tick the correct phrases. Check your answers carefully and correct the mistakes. Number 1. Off the car. 2. Into a bush. 3. Under the trees. 4. Every morning. 5. From the maiden side. 6th. A crowd gathered outside the singer's house after it was announced that he had won the award for the best singer. 7. Aishi watered the plants in the garden twice a day in the summer. 8. The children decided to give the dog a bath. 9. I snuggle up to grandfather every night. He tells us stories about his childhood. What's the meaning of the word snuggle? To move yourself into a warm and comfortable position, especially one in which your body is against another person or covered by something. 10. Sonalika came back in July after a stay at Nainital with her parents. C. Fill in the blanks to make imperative sentences. Choose words from the box. First one already they have given, attempt. Number 2, please. 3, why don't. 4, don't. 5, write. 6, close. 7, will you make. 8, please acknowledge. 9, could. 10, go. Next exercise. What or what a or an. Here I have reminded you some of the key points regarding this in the previous class. One more time I am reading the heading. Please go through carefully. We can use what or what a or an to form exclamatory sentences. we must use what a before a singular noun. So whenever you are using a, it is used only for singular noun. That has to be remembered by you very carefully. Then only you can answer without mistakes. And what before a plural or an abstract noun. Exercise D. Fill in the blanks with the what or what a or an. First one what, second what, third what, fourth one what an, fifth one what. Why here only what? Exercises, plural form. Those has to be observed by you. Then you will get an idea why did we use what a or an. What's the variation for a and yan? A is used for consonant sound and yan is used for vowel sound. These already we have learned earlier in our 6th class in the topic articles. 5th one what, 6th one what, 7th one what, 8th one what a, 9th one what, 10th one what, 11th one what a, 12th one what a, 13th one what a, 14th one what a, 15th one what a, 16th one what a. Let us go through exercise E also. Follow carefully. Attentive listening is needed. Rearrange the words to make exclamatory sentences. Punctuate them. Remember, for all the 10 answers, what am I going to announce now? Except a 8th question, for rest of all the words, exclamation mark will come at the end only. Except 8th question. Listen carefully. First one, you have won the first prize. Remember, starting letter in the first word should be capital letter. And at the end exclamation mark should be there. First one, you have won the first prize, exclamation mark at last. Second one, how wonderful the day has been. How wonderful the day has been, exclamation mark. Third one, what a loud noise that car is making, exclamation mark. Fourth one, what a perfect painting that is, exclamation mark. Fifth one, what a lovely house you have, exclamation mark. Sixth one, Mary's lamb has followed her to school, exclamation mark. Seventh one, what a marvelous performance it was, exclamation mark. Eighth question, help, exclamation mark, the house is on fire. Fourth one, I missed the bus again, exclamation mark, or I again missed the bus, exclamation mark. So 8, 9 I have already read the answers. 10th question, that hurts. Answer is that hurts, exclamation mark. Grammar and conversation for FA. Go through this conversation. Check your answers. May I have some more cookies, comma, please, question mark. For air hostess blank. Do you want to read a comic book? Question mark. Or do you want a comic book to read? Question mark. Child. In that blank. Oh, I'd love to read one. Air hostess. One of you may choose these. Or you may choose one of these. Child. When will we reach Bengaluru? So Bangalore. Here they have changed the name. So the pronunciation has come like that. Air hostess. We will land there by 6 p.m. Child. Great! Exclamation mark. Air hostess. Who will come to receive you? Question mark. Child. My grandparents and their dog, comma, Snappy, full stop. You can go through the spellings in the given question. Air hostess. He is called Snappy or Snoopy. Child. He is called Snappy because he snaps at every stranger. Exercise F. First one, 2 blanks they have given. So you have to write a word in each blank. In which. Second one which. Third one who. Fourth one what. Fifth one what. Sixth one to which. Seventh one in which. Eighth one what. Ninth one which. 10th one which. 11th one who. 12th one how. 13th one who. 14th one to which. 15th one where. Now try answering Mr. Quizzer's questions. Tick the correct answer. First one, 20th century. Second one, Argentina. Third one, Ernest Hemingway. Fourth one, Limerick. Fifth one, Quidditch. Sixth one, Vijayanagar. Seventh one, Calicut. Eighth one, Satyameva Jayate. Ninth one, 23. 10th one, uranium. 11th one, Sri Lanka. 12th one, 6. 13th one, the goalkeeper. 14th one, Boeing. 15th one, the moon. Question tags, first one already they have given. You can keep a tick mark in the circle. Second one, isn't it? Third one, are they? Fourth one, did she? Fifth one, wasn't it? Sixth one, will he? Seventh one, has he? Eighth one, won't he? Ninth one, were you? 10th one, shouldn't we? 11th one, doesn't it? 12th one, isn't it? Check your answers carefully and correct the mistakes. Now we are going to start our today's session. You might have got an idea by going through the slide. So what topic are we going to learn? We are going to learn about nouns and its types. I have already kept a slide regarding the syllabus in your previous video about first unit. So in that, along with the sentences, still what topics are there? Nouns, adverbs, degrees of comparison. Sentences already completed. Today we are going to learn about nouns and its types. Types of nouns. What's meant by noun? Let us know. All things around us are called something. They all have names. What can you observe in this picture? Many things are there and some are scattered on the floor. They need to be kept in their appropriate places. So by this what can you understand? To tell in a simple way, naming words are known as nouns. So here they have given very clearly. They all have names. Everything, every creature has a name. So names are known as nouns. Just go through these slides or pictures. What did they give? All people have names. Every person has their name. Example, See in the first picture, all people have names. Example, man, mother, soldier. All places have names. Beach, shop, library, etc. All animals have names. Example, fox, butterfly, elephant. All things have names. Computer, flower, book, etc. By this, what can you understand? Name of a person, place, animal and thing are known as nouns. Nouns means naming words. Just go through this slide, you will get an idea completely. There are so many things around us. In order to understand them better, we classify these nouns. Types of nouns. There are 5 kinds of nouns or types of nouns. What are they? Common noun, proper noun, collective noun, material noun, abstract noun. Let us learn about each and every noun in a detailed manner. Common noun. A common noun is the general or ordinary name of a person, place, animal, thing or event. For example, doctor, teacher, mother, sister, ground, hospital, tiger, pencil, cricket, movie and so on. Common noun. In the name itself you can understand very easily. Common. We are not at all specifying. Generally or ordinarily we are speaking. So very often we listen this kind of sentence in our classroom. What is that? Children, be quiet. Listen the class carefully, my dear children. Children means in a general manner we are telling. We are not specifying or telling so and so child. So while we are telling in a general way, it is known as common noun. So here doctor. Who is the doctor? Who is the teacher or mother? We did not specify who are they. In a general way we have told. Go through the examples carefully, then you can understand and remember the topic very easily. So let's look at these sentences to understand common nouns. The girl has a beautiful cat. Girl. So who is that girl? We are not specifying. Just we are telling cat. Here they have mentioned the name of that animal. They did not specify to which category it belongs, those all. So here they have told generally. You have to observe that also. The dog is playing with a frisbee in the park. Here they have underlined the common nouns also. Better you observe those all carefully. Proper noun. A proper noun is the name of a particular person, place, animal, thing or event. A proper noun always begins with a capital letter. So it begins with a capital letter. What is there to specify? Anyhow, the first sentence or the first letter in a word. In each sentence it starts with capital letter only. Then why are they specifying once again? Here they mean proper noun, it may come as the first word in a sentence or mid of a sentence or at last. Whenever proper noun comes, there the starting letter in that proper noun will be the capital letter irrespective of its position or place in a sentence. That has to be remembered by you. That's the reason they have specified here particularly or specifically. A proper noun always begins with a capital letter. For example, Rome, Sonia, Mrs. Parker, Mumbai, London, Honda City, Sony TV, Olympic Games, etc. So they have told about each and everything particularly. They are pointing out about that. Let's look at these sentences to understand proper nouns. Ria calls her beautiful cat Kitty. Fido is playing with a frisbee in the country club park. What did you observe in the previous example and this example? The example what did they give in the common noun and in the proper noun look alike, but there is variation. Did you observe that? Can you guess what is it? Here, the underlined words in the examples given in common nouns, they have used a common noun. Here, the underlined words in the proper noun examples, they have used a proper noun. That's the variation. If you are able to observe and recognize those, then you can understand the variation between common noun and proper noun very easily. It's very interesting topic, children. What I need from your side is attention. Link and cohesiveness will be there between each and every video. So you have to follow the videos carefully, then only you can understand. If you did not watch the previous video, or if you are trying to watch the next video, you will not understand. So watch each video from first to last and complete the assigned work carefully, then only you can perform well. So there is an important reminder or notice for you. Not every common noun has a proper noun equivalent. What does it mean? So here in these examples, so first example we'll go through. The girl has a beautiful cat. This example comes under common noun and proper noun. Ria calls her beautiful cat Kitty. Here in the place of girl we kept Ria. In the place of cat we have used the word Kitty. And what are they telling? You don't think in the same way in all the aspects of situations. So what do they want to tell or convey? They are telling, so for every common noun there will not be equal proper noun in some situations. It is not possible in all the situations. You have to remember that also. So they have quoted a very beautiful example which makes us to understand very easily. For example, dust is only a common noun. There is no specific kind of dust. So it's just a common noun, dust. We have good acquaintance with that word. So I think no need to give the meaning or definition of the word related to dust. So now we are going to learn about third type of noun. What's that? Collective noun. A collective noun is the name of a group or collection of similar persons, animals or things. So here very important, what should you remember is, generally what's the definition of noun? Noun means name of a person, place, animal and things. Here collective noun, it is a name given to a group or collection of persons, animals or things. Places did not come here. So you should remember only 3 categories came here. Try to observe those also. They have highlighted them in different color or contrast color. Persons, animals or things. You have to remember those also. Example, a team of cricketers means what? Cricketers, it is a plural noun. More than one. So 11 members are there. Those 11 members were treated as a team. A team of cricketers. Like that, a group of people or persons, group of animals or creatures or group of things were in a whole, they have considered as one. And they will give a name for that. And you have to remember, for each group and for every group there will be a name. You have to remember that, then only you can use them in a better way at the time of communication. A team of cricketers, a troop of dancers. For a group of dancers, what is the collective noun used there? Troop, a troop of dancers. A herd of cattle. A team of cricketers, example for persons, group of persons. A troop of dancers, even that also example for persons. A herd of cattle, that is example for animals. Bundle of sticks, that is an example for things. Go through children carefully. Listen carefully. Let's look at these sentences to understand collective nouns. The choir is performing tonight. Choir means what? Group of singers. So what is the collective noun used for that? Choir. Here you can understand very easily by going through the picture only. The brood was well fed. group of hens are known as brood. Material noun. A material noun is the name of any substance that is used to prepare another thing. So from that, things are made. So that is known as material. For example, wheat, gold, silk, stone, plastic, paper, glass, wood, etc. So from these, we are able to make some things. Those are known as material nouns. Let's look at these sentences to understand material nouns. Simmi looked elegant in a silk dress at the party. Simmi looked elegant in a silk dress at the party. Elegant means beautiful. So what kind of dress she has put on? Silk dress. Silk is the material used for making the dress. So silk comes under material noun. The gold necklace is beautiful. So, from which material gold is used? From which material the necklace was made? From gold. What is a concrete noun? Concrete noun. Did you come across this word earlier? Do you have any idea? Or are you feeling confused? What is this? We did not come across this word in types of nouns. Then what is the necessary of learning? Let us go through. Nouns which can be experienced physically with the five senses are called concrete nouns. What are those five senses? By seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, tasting. So with the help of these five senses we can experience. Those kind of nouns are called concrete nouns. What are those? Nothing but common noun, proper noun, collective noun and material noun. The examples what come under these four types of nouns are known as concrete nouns. Abstract noun. What's meant by abstract noun? These are nouns which cannot be touched physically. Example, emotions, ideas, qualities. These are not concrete. Means the examples what comes under abstract nouns will not come under common noun, proper noun, collective noun, material noun. That has to be remembered by you. Instead of telling those four kinds of nouns names, they have used concrete nouns. And you can go through the emojis. What did we present in this slide? Then you can understand very easily. So angry, happiness, disgusting, sadness, surprise. So these can be felt by us. But we can't show them physically. So different kinds of emotions what do we show on our face in the form of pictures we have kept in the slide. You go through and understand very easily. Ideas. So I have got an idea. Thought. Qualities. Kindness. Okay, harshness. These comes under qualities. Abstract noun. Let's go through the definition. An abstract noun is the name of a quality that person or thing has, the action they take, or the state they find themselves in. For example, honesty, the quality of being honest, truthful. Fight, the action of being involved in a fight. Adulthood, the state of being an adult. Poverty, the state of being poor. Let's look at these sentences to understand abstract nouns. Example, the sports event was a grand success. Here they have underlined the abstract nouns. You have to go through very specifically the underlined words. Syam was in great pain after hurting himself. Pain is abstract noun. You can't show them physically. Physical presence will not be there. You will be able to experience them, or you will be able to sense them, feel them. Nouns. One more thing I want to remind you. In your grammar and more nouns chapter, they have covered the topics. What are they? Countable and uncountable nouns, singular and plural nouns, collective nouns. Only about these kinds of nouns they have covered in your grammar and more. But I have revised about, or I have explained you about common noun, proper noun, material noun, abstract noun. What is the necessity of learning about those? Those already we have learnt in your previous class. It will be helpful for you to answer the exercises in a better way if you have an idea about them also. That's the reason I have explained about those also. Nouns, countable nouns, uncountable nouns. Count. By the word count only you can understand very easily. What are we going to learn? And you can guess the definitions of these. Countable noun. A countable noun is a noun that can be counted. Car, you can count the number of cars. Books, flowers, which can be counted. So here go through one more examples or one more slide. What did they give here? Countable noun. So here what should you remember is countable noun can be both singular and plural. Those two forms will be there in that. Singular form. Car, plural form, cars. Book, books. Flower, flowers. A countable noun is a noun that can be counted. Singular verbs are used with singular countable nouns, while plural verbs are used with plural countable nouns. What's meant by singular verb? Is, has. Plural form? Are, have. These comes under present tense, while coming to past tense, was, were. Those has to be remembered by you. We have done lot of exercises regarding the singular and plural verbs. Come on, go through the examples. My cat is playing. Cat comes under singular countable noun. That's why we have used singular verb is. My cats are hungry. Cats, plural countable noun. That's why we have used are, plural verb. Uncountable noun. Anything that cannot be counted is an uncountable noun. Which cannot be counted, those comes under uncountable noun. Milk, water, sugar. Can you count the crystals in the sugar? No. List of common uncountable nouns. What will be there in the uncountable nouns? They have given the list in a generalized manner. By going through those, you can remember and use them in a better way. Travel. Under the heading travel, what will be there? Travel, traffic, accommodation, money, equipment, luggage. In the same way for clothes, pyjamas, jeans, trousers, shorts, tights, knickers. Ideas and concepts. Love, fun, sadness, work, money, peace, safety, knowledge, beauty, anger, fear, information. Household items. Furniture, bedding, flooring, washing powder. Weather. Lightning, thunder, rain, snow, wind, sunshine, air. You may get doubt. What's the doubt? Madam, tights, knickers, we can count them now. So here they have given examples in a generalized way. How can you decide whether the given word is a countable noun or uncountable noun? Sometimes a noun in one sentence which is used as a countable noun, in another sentence it can be used as an uncountable noun. Then how can you recognize it? You can recognize based on the functioning of that specific word in the sentence. Here they have given the examples in a generalized way. You can decide the given word whether it is countable or uncountable based on the functioning of that word in the sentence. That has to be understood by you very clearly. We will go through some more examples to understand in a better way. A plural noun can be used with or without an article. Now what are we going through? we are going to learn about singular and plural nouns. What is meant by singular and plural noun? Singular means nothing but one. Plural means more than one. A plural noun can be used with or without an article. What is an article? A and the or the. Pronunciation will be there based on the word followed by it. Children were playing in the park, or the children were playing in the park. When we are telling in a generalized way, we will tell children. If we are specifying them, then we'll use the word the, definite article the. In most cases, we don't put article before plural noun. So, this is a very important point. You have to remember it. So, what are they telling? We will not use article generally before plural nouns. Bottles can break. There are letters on the table for you. These are clouds in the sky today. There are clouds in the sky today. We eat apples for breakfast. What are the plural nouns in the sentences? They have underlined also. Bottles, letters, clouds, apples. A singular countable noun always takes an article or another determiner with it. So generally plural nouns won't take article, or we will not put article before plural nouns. But here for singular countable nouns always takes an article or another determiner. I saw a boy in the store. Child was playing with his toy. I want an apple. Where is my bottle? It's raining, so I need an umbrella. I made a mistake. This is a job for Superman. So here, what can you observe? These are the sentences. The sentences, what did I read, or correct way or the correct usage. And beside I saw a boy in the store, beside that sentence only they have given one more sentence. What is it? I saw a boy in the store. It should be a boy. It should be a boy. Go through these two sentences at a stretch, then you will get an idea. Just observe for a while. Uncountable nouns cannot use a, an, or number before them. This also should be remembered by you children. What are they telling? You can't use an article with an uncountable noun. We need electricity to use our heater. Not we need an electricity. I lost track of time and we stayed up very late. Not a time. The beaches in Brazil have very nice sand, not a sand. Uncountable nouns are always singular and should be used with a singular verb. Those also has to be remembered by you. Go through the right example and the wrong example given beside the right example to get an idea and to remember that we should not make such kind of mistakes. Plural nouns. Just now we have discussed about this. A noun is a word used to name person, place, thing, idea. Singular means one, plural means more than one. See here children, go through these. Here they have mentioned about articles, usage of articles with the plural nouns, countable nouns also, for countable noun and uncountable noun. So here unknowingly we have started learning about singular and plural form also before going through the heading. So plural nouns. What's meant by plural nouns? Singular means only about one. Plural means more than one. Plural means more than one. So 2, 3, 4 or more. Here, these points has to be remembered by you to avoid mistakes. Plural nouns, regular nouns. Generally, to make the singular noun to plural, we add s. See here, first example. Regular nouns. Regularly, we use like this. So, they have given like this. Regular nouns add s. Car, cars. Dog, dogs. One car, two cars. One dog, two dogs. You have one car but two cars. Like that they have told here. And see the next one. Irregular nouns. What is meant by irregular nouns? Not in a regular way. Generally in the previous example, if we go through, car, cars, dog, dogs, like that they have given. But here irregular noun means, what does it mean? There are some nouns that have very irregular plural nouns and that don't have an s at the end. So simply we will not add s here. Then what shall we do, or what do we do in this case? The inside vowel in the singular form is changed while we are writing that word in plural form. See here, man, men, child, children. So for some of the words, inside vowel will be changed. For some of the letters or group of letters are added. See here, man, men, child, children, foot, feet. So here, for the sake of understanding, they have mentioned very clearly, singular means one, no? They have given one. Plural means more than one. That's why they have mentioned two in a common way to understand very easily. Tooth, teeth, mouse, mice, person, people. Let us go through one more rule here. Plural nouns, no change. We have one sheep and two sheep. For singular and a plural, we use the same word. Then how can you term them? By keeping the number one sheep, two sheep, one deer, two deer, one fish, two fish, one series, two series, one species, two species. Like this. We will make the variation at the time of speaking. Plural nouns. Ends in s, ch, sh, x or z. Add es to form plural noun or to change it into plural noun. Bus, buses. Match, matches. Dish, dishes. Box, boxes. Quiz, quizzes. Go through this slide once again carefully, children. Then you will get an idea. And remember the rules and regulations. What did they give here? One more slide is also about plural nouns only. Ends in consonant plus O. See first one. Hero. R. Consonant and plus O. What's meant by consonant? How many letters are there in our English alphabet? There are 26 letters. In that A, E, I, O, U. There are 5 vowels and rest of the 21 letters are known as consonants. Here they are telling ends in consonant plus O. Echo. H. Consonant plus O. Echoes. Tomato, tomatoes. Potato, potatoes. Exceptions. Piano, pianos. What's the exception here? They have mentioned in the rule add es, but here s only came. That's why they kept here exception. It won't come under this rule, but you have to remember. Now see next one. Ends in vowel plus O. Zoo. O is already vowel plus O. One more O. Zoos. You add only s there. Radio. I plus O. Radios. Stereo. Stereos. Video. Videos. Kangaroo. Kangaroos. Ends in consonant plus Y. City. T plus Y. How does it change? We remove Y and add there IES. Cities. Baby. Babies. Story. Stories. Party. Parties. Country. Countries. Ends in vowel plus Y. Day, A plus Y. Key, E plus Y. Boy, O plus Y. Observe those all carefully, children. Day, days. Key, keys. Boy, boys. Guy, guys. Donkey, donkeys. One more rule. What is it? Ends in F or FE. Add VES. See here, leaf. It has ended with F. Leaves, VES. Wolf, wolves. Life. It has ended with FE. Lives. Knife, FE. Knives. Now, let's go through our grammar and more. Let's make mango smoothie. You will need 1 cup plain curd, half cup milk, half cup chopped ripe mango, sugar to taste. Method: put the mango, curd, milk and sugar into a blender. Blend for 2 minutes. Pour into glasses. Keep in the refrigerator. Serve chilled. The words in gray are nouns. If you observe the method, what did they give or ingredients needed to make mango smoothie? Some of the words were there in gray color. What are they? They are nouns. They are nouns. Which of them can you count in numbers? For example, you cannot say, please give me 1 sugar. However, you can say, please give me a spoon of sugar. Whatever nouns we have learnt until now, that knowledge you can use here to understand very easily what are they telling. We know that the names of things, people, place and animals are called nouns. Here they have given the description or information, rules and regulations related to countable and uncountable nouns. What did we learn until now? Go through those very carefully, then you will get an idea. The rules and regulations, what did we discuss until now, they have given here. It's time to check your knowledge. How far you have understood the topic? Exercise A. Tick the correct options. Go through the sentences and which option will be suitable for the given sentence has to be opted by you by keeping a tick mark. Read this poem, The Fox and the Grapes. What should you do by reading this poem? Write all the underlined nouns in column 1. If the noun is used as a countable noun, make a smiley in column 2. If the noun is used as an uncountable noun, make a smiley emoji. What did they give here in column 3? They have underlined some of the nouns in the poem. Go through those all and make carefully. Fill in the blanks with a, an or the. Put a cross where no article is needed. So you have already have an idea about these topics, and I have discussed about this while we are discussing about countable and uncountable nouns. A and an are used for what? An is used for vowel sounds and A is used before consonant sound. So you have to go through the sentence carefully and decide whether the starting letter in that word is giving a vowel sound or consonant sound. And where should we use a definite article? Fill in the blanks with the suitable words or phrases from the box. Put a cross where none is needed. You may not need all the words or phrases. You may need to use some more than once. Here you have to go through very carefully. They have given words as well as the phrases. Some blanks need not. Some blanks has to be blank. So put a cross where none is needed. Have to go through those all carefully and leave the blanks where there is no necessity of writing anything. and keep the correct answers. And they have mentioned one more point also. They have given more options than you need. E. Here are some interesting facts about animals. Tick the correct options to complete them. Go through this and tick the correct options. Collective nouns. Go through the matching and match them carefully. Exercise G. Rearrange the letters in brackets to make collective nouns and use them to fill in the blanks. So here they have given the, how did they give the word here? It's in jumbled form. You have to rearrange them and fill in the blank. Singular and plural nouns. Rules and regulations, what did we discuss? All they have given here. Go through this and match them carefully. Circle the correct nouns in these sentences. Here also, children, Harpreet interviewed chess grandmaster Koner Humpy for her school magazine. Fill in the blanks with the correct group of words from the box. Now read the interview with your partner. One of you can be Harpreet and the other one can be Humpy. First go through the conversation, then you can easily fill in the blank. Exercise J. Fill in the blanks with suitable words or phrases from the box. You can use a word or phrase more than once. Even here also go through the blanks carefully. Observe the options, which will be the suitable answer. Fill in the blank with them. Work in groups of 4. Make a mind map for any topic of your choice. Here are some suggestions. You can do this activity and enjoy, children. And you can gain knowledge also at the same time regarding that topic. What do you select there? Now each group member works individually. How many nouns in the mind map are countable or how many are uncountable? Fill in the table. So with the help of the topic, what do you choose? From those you have to fill in the blank. You can do this with your siblings at home. Insert a, an or the where needed. If no article is missing, put an cross out. First one they have given as an specimen, as an example or specimen. Go through and do the exercise. Precautions to be followed to avoid corona.